Hello and welcome to the Yogscast. Today we're looking at a game that's still going, apparently, World of Warcraft. Do you remember this game, Simon? We played it a little bit.
I remember it
back
fondly.
in the day. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. So we're not looking at any of the new bosses, any of the new raid content, any of the new firemen.
No,
any of the Christmas stuff.
No.
We're looking at Darkmoon Faire
Ridiculous.
with Rythian. This is Rythian playing. Hello, Rythian.
Hello.
So you're a Death Knight. I didn't know that.
What?
You're Horde.
Yeah.
Know that.
What?
Orgrimmar style.
What the hell, man?
Well,
Oh.
you know, ever since you guys
What
stopped
happened? How did
playing,
you turn to the dark side.
this is the light side. Alliance are the bad
The
guy.
world's gone to shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. Ever since
Oh,
you
man.
guys stopped playing, most of the people on Vent, we ended up transferring to Horde, and we have a little guild, and some of us play, some of us don't.
Good grief.
But yeah, it's some fun.
What is
time.
that thing?
This.
Fire juggler.
Yeah,
the
It's
dark
sort of going
portal.
mad.
That's.
Look at it. What on earth?
Yeah, this Draenei and this Tauren are
But they're not-
tossing fire
But
things to each
they're
other.
not throwing anything.
Exactly.
I can't see
you
anything.
didn't even see them. I don't even know
Where's
what the fuck's
the
going on.
the fire?
It's fucking loud though, is what it is.
It was very loud.
Ah!
There you go. Achieve for just clicking on something, as always
Yeah.
in WoW.
See, that's how valuable chiefs
mean,
are these
jeez.
days.
This is Darkmoon Isle that I've never seen before.
Yeah, they introduced this in 4.3, which just hit last week. Instead of just having Darkmoon Faire being a little place around Elven Forest or in Mulgore, it's now an entire island of its own that you can just go to. It's pretty damn cool, actually. So I figured we could take a look.
Wow.
Sure, this is good. This is interesting
God.
stuff. Little goblin signs there.
Yeah.
Pointing you the way to go.
Lots-
It's quite sinister here, isn't it? On Darkmoon
It is,
Isle.
isn't it?
It is very, yeah. It
So-
starts out thinking, oh, all
It's
dark
like a
dust
Ray
would start.
Bradbury sort of fun fair, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. I like it. Is it a bit like Isle of Keldernass or something? Is it a sort of quest hub place? Is that the idea?
It is a quest hub, sort of, but the thing is, it's still like the old Darkmoon Faire. It's only available for like 1 week out of the
Oh
month.
god, more jugglers.
So it's
brilliant.
nothing you'll do a lot of the time.
Yeah! Throwing invisible things at each other. Oh, no, there we go. I can see it. I can see the
No,
fire
there's
There
there.
were some real ones. So what on? Okay, this I've always been very confused and daunted by the Darkmoon Faire. It's been weird stuff, and I never really understood it. Explain to me, Darkmoon Faire.
Yeah, it's even weirder now.
Okay.
But what it basically happens now there's a bunch of mini games, which is, you know, fun times you can play and do things, but you need to buy
It's like
tokens
a real
to
fun
even play them.
fair.
Yeah. So now I'm playing Whack-a-Knoll, which
Whack-a-Knoll.
means I'm whacking knolls
Wow.
with my hammer.
Wow! This is pretty cool.
That is. You're not allowed to hit the baby.
So there's basically
Yeah.
the babies. I'm not allowed to hit the babies. I get 1 point for hitting a knoll. I get 3 points for hitting a hogger knoll.
Oh my god.
And I get stunned and knocked down if I hit a baby.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I need to hit there.
So you have to buy
Oh my God.
tickets, and then you pay for gold, I guess, like a few silver, and then you pay
Yeah,
to play
they're
the
really
game.
cheap though. I
Hogger,
think
that's
it's
a
like,
Hogger one! Yay!
I think it's like 2 silver or something. You get like 20 tokens, and like playing a game is 1 token, so it's ridiculously cheap. It's pretty much just not really designed for 85s or anything. You can do it whenever, what level you want, so you never
Yeah.
really need to be
Oh
high
god,
level.
there's 2 hoggers. Oh, you missed that one. Oh, you missed that one.
I missed both.
What are you doing,
Terrible.
I suck.
Terrible at this.
But this is effectively a daily, right?
Yeah, this is a
Did
daily.
you
Oh
fail?
no!
Oh,
You
no.
failed.
Now you have a limited amount of time, and I only got to do 21 under 30. However, I still have 21
Okay.
credited for me, so
Hogger!
you can just continue.
Hogger!
So now I get 3 hoggers in a row and finish
Wow.
it.
Well, there you go. So it's a daily quest with a time limit. I
Ultra
suppose if you
kill.
do it in the time limit, you get achieve. Maybe.
I don't know. I think maybe you do.
If you buy like.
I think
some
there's
guff,
rep
you
and
get-
stuff.
This kind of used to
you
be in
can get,
Shadrath
isn't
City, just randomly, but now it's actually kind of part of a minigame.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I remember.
yeah.
People kept thinking there was like an Easter egg and that you would like win something if you managed to get in the this thing here, the Pilot Wings-esque
Oh yeah.
thing. But
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
the way it works is that you need to get like 5 points. You
So you
get
got
like 5
3.
if Yeah, I got 3 for some reason. I thought that was pretty much in the center, but I guess apparently not. When I did this on my rogue, I first failed completely the first 2 times, but the third time I hit like the absolute dead center, got 5 points and an achievement
hang on.
called like bullseye.
Have you got Path
So-
of Frost on? Aren't you gonna like die?
Yes. Yeah,
There we
that's
go,
actually true.
let's
Oh
see
god.
what happens. See what happens.
Oh, you called that masterfully.
Oh no!
Oh.
No, he's fine.
They've
Ah.
obviously catered for Death
Gutted.
Knights intelligently.
Yeah, I guess you just automatically go under even though you have
So
to
you
have
actually have to pay this flipping cheap teleporter guy 10 silver to teleport back. Oh, and there's your
Yeah.
flipping
Check
horse.
this mount, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh
This-
my god! It's the
This is
paladin
the mount
mount
you
that
get-
never was.
Yeah, this is the mount you get if you like sign up for a year of WoW, and you also get like Diablo 3 for free and stuff. And
Oh
this is, like,
yeah!
the-
Sorry,
Yeah.
so I just had a moment then.
okay.
I like all of
Stick
the.
on
And there's a bunch of cool
Yeah.
animals here. They all have like names and stuff.
Oh, there's a little Lion King reference there by the looks.
That guy
Yeah.
there, he was pooed out by one of those giant things, wasn't he? Do you remember?
Please avoid
yeah.
eye contact.
Their poo is like crystals.
Crystalline elves, yeah.
Boglins, yay!
Wow.
These guys are amazing.
This is quite a cool little circus they've got going here, isn't it? Oh, little
Yeah.
babby elephants and stuff.
Ah, ah, little ponies.
And then I see a pony,
My little
and
pony.
if you you get mount pony.
Ah.
Oh.
Wow. Secret pony
I
level.
got a cheap
Here
for
it
routing a
is.
pony. Exactly.
As
And
promised.
of course, it looks incredibly, yeah, very badass to ride around on a pony.
Incredibly badass.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Possible new mount in the future.
Possible.
So.
Another
what's
minigame.
this? Throw hoops
Ring
on
toss.
the
I
turtle.
basically need to. Yeah.
Ring toss on a turtle. It's just stood there, just minding its own business.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's really easy.
Does it
Actually,
move
doesn't
around?
move a lot.
Wow.
It does move around, but like it's
Very
very, randomly.
slowly,
Like sometimes
because
it
it's
moves
a
a lot, but
turtle.
it's very easy. Exactly. There is.
Didn't you have a turtle pet called like Nippy or something? Or was it Swifty?
Jethro. I had
Jethro.
Jethro.
Jethro. Yeah. The fire turtle.
Oh.
So there's
I
also
did
like
have-
yellow quests, which you can do like every month. I assume pretty much. And they're like profession quests. So depending on what professions you have, you get different quests. You can't do those every day, like you can do the mini games, but you can do them every time the Darkmoon Faire comes around. And you get like
Oh.
tickets and tokens, and you also get skill points and of course gold. So they're
That's
pretty cool.
These are all for the secondary professions, right? These quests. So like fishing,
Yeah, and
cooking,
primary as well.
archaeology.
Like I have a
Oh.
yeah, there's and also for I have mining and herbalism, so I get like a mining quest and a herbalism quest. That's why I need to pick up the little herbs on the ground, as you can see.
Oh. Sorry.
Oh.
I like. Oh, mining herbalism, Rythian. Oh my goodness. Really
Yeah, this
Wow.
is my
License to
my
print
this isn't
money.
really my main. I play on the road
optimized your
usually,
case.
so
Yeah.
this is
Who gives
just
a
what I
shit
fly
about
around to gather shit
optimizing?
with.
It's all about farming. Come on.
Yeah, monies. And so
You don't make money from a crafting profession unless it's jewel crafting.
Yeah. Or
oh
in
god, there's been epic gems now. That's been released that you can get epic gems if you raid, and you would not believe the prices they go for on the auction house. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Several
Really?
thousand for like a
Wow.
gem. Yeah.
That's how much it
They
was.
always
you
have
can
been,
probably
though.
sell like 2,000 for a cut
Yeah.
gem. The problem is finding the gem. I mean, you have to raid to get the gems. And not even just the raid finder thing. You have to do actual normal or heroic level raid to even
Yes.
get the gems. So
Where do
We've
they
been
drop?
here before.
Do they drop off
Yeah.
bosses, or are they actually in like?
every
mining
time you
boats?
kill a boss in Dragon Soul, then you raid, you get like a currency called Mode of Darkness, and then you go chat to an NPC and you buy a little bag, and with that Mode of Darkness, and in the bag you have a chance of getting an epic gem. It's not even guaranteed. The first raid I did, I killed 6 bosses. I got 6
Oh,
bags,
I remember
and in
that.
5 of them there were green gems, and in 1 of them there were an epic gem. So
No
basically,
way.
fuck you Blizzard, rage quitting for life.
Lol.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. Still the best MMO out there, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and not even that competition.
Jeez. Oh, look at this little ridiculous game. See, this is what they.
This is pretty
God.
fun.
Yeah. I like that this stuff does get added. It's fun to do. Once.
This should
Of
be
course,
Yeah,
fun to
released.
do
not
once.
everything needs to be like raids and shit. You can do this stuff as well.
Yeah.
This
is
should
pretty
be
fun.
released as a standalone game instead of like Blizzard Dota. It should just have Blizzard battle tanks. Just have this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that'd be amazing. I
So this can get, if there's a lot of players doing this at the same time, it can get pretty intense because you can shoot each other down while if you're more people doing this daily quest at once. So yeah, it can get pretty explosive.
So it's PvP. It's world PvP. Steam Tonks.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
World PvP except in Tonk.
wow.
Look at this.
So what are the new raids
Oh.
in 4.3 and stuff? What? There's Dragon Soul, and then there's
Huh?
some 5-man.
It's called Dragon Soul. There's
You
3
get to
5
kill
ones,
like
which are
Deathwing
pretty
and
fun.
stuff. It's not
Yeah,
very
Deathwing is the final
interesting.
boss.
But tanks, guys! Look, little tanks!
Tanks!
Little tanks! Ponies! You ride around on little ponies!
I don't know. I've always felt it was a bit unfair to like sell a sort of expansion to a game and then 12 months of subscription after you've bought that game, they release the end boss to that game. That kind of doesn't sit well with me. Something about that is just a bit off, you know?
Well, you get more content
Well-
with WoW than you do like any other subscription MMO ever, so...
Would you rather, like, you know, Cataclysm gets released, and like imagine instead of Nefarian as the quote-unquote final boss, you'd have Deathwing. And then what would you do? Like the remaining 12 months before the
What do
next
you mean?
expansion? Would you just
put in all the stuff that they put in as the final bosses in this one? You know, you don't. You know, you put in things like Sunwell or whatever, but not Sunwell. I mean, the Sunwell was a bit ridiculous. But you know, you put in Ulduar later. You know, as the last one. You don't. As you know, extra layers of content, you know, and then that way it's, you know, at least the guy on the box, you get to kill him in the first like 3 months or something, rather than like literally a year after the game release.
But how do you up the game from there? It's a bit like having, you know, the climax of a movie within the first half an hour. It's like...
But they've done it with like 4
I mean,
expansions. First it was Ragnarok,
Can you imagine,
then it
right?
was Nefarian,
Can you imagine Star Wars: A
then it
New
was
Hope,
Arthur's.
right? Star Wars: A New Hope. The battle between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. Obi-Wan just kills Darth Vader, right? That's what you would like to see. You'd be like, oh dear.
and then the rest of the expansion they want to kill like Jabba or someone, because that's what they do.
Yeah, but
I mean,
do you know
Yeah, I
what?
mean,
That
where
would
do
be
you go
fine.
from there?
Introduce additional. Have they not heard of like, you know, writing a storyline? You know, you'd have to introduce new stuff.
Yeah,
make
they
up new
do.
stuff.
The end boss isn't the first boss that you've come across. That's how it works.
I'm not
it's
saying
the
he should be
last
the first
guy.
boss, but I'm saying that he should be killable in the game within the first few months of its release, rather than 6 months after half the people playing the game have quit. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it makes sense to me that he's much like how in Wrath of Lich King, the Lich King didn't come up for a while, but he was actually pretty much the last boss, even though they did introduce a random dragon afterwards. It would be weird to me if, like, as the game starts out, you like almost instantly take out Deathwing, and then after that you run around killing other random things, pretty much, like, because the entire thing has been set up to kill Deathwing, the bringer of the Cataclysm. And then suddenly it's like, okay, now there's some other dudes as well. I think that would be kind of anticlimactic.
I
compared
don't
to
know. I don't
the way it is.
know. I mean, if you introduce a whole new island like this, you can introduce a whole new storyline. You know, you could very easily introduce, you know, entire new sort of side storylines. There's plenty of characters in WoW. They're continuing introducing new ones.
That's pretty much like bringing out a new expansion every 6 months instead of every
Listen,
2 years.
Ulduar
They
was
can't
great.
do that.
Wasn't Ulduar great?
Ulduar was amazing.
Right? That could have been one of the bonus things after, you know, Arthur's could have been first, then you could have had Ulduar, you know, then you could have had something else, and you've got 9 months, you've got a year to come up with this DLC. You've got a whole year after the game's released to come up with this stuff.
We weren't talking about what was going on anyway. Lewis was just ranting about
Yes.
how Blizzard is shit and lazy, and how he knows more about creating an MMO than Blizzard.
I'm just disappointed. I was really disappointed. So now you're collecting bits of scrap, bits of tank scrap.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's for
I was
the
just,
mining version.
I mean, the general attitude I had was that I was disappointed that I couldn't kill Deathwing, and I got bored of WoW, you know. And I'm not going to come back. I'm not going to kill Deathwing. You know, it's kind of a swizz, and it's expensive, you know, paying a subscription, and people will agree with me that, you know.
I never killed Arthas, Lewis.
It's kind of a
I
bit
never
of a
killed
trick.
Arthas.
It feels to me like a trick, like they want to get 120 quid out of me extra to see Deathwing. You know, when I bought a game with Deathwing on the front cover, and it's like, what's going on? You never killed Arthas. That's a good example.
I never killed
Are you,
Arthas.
are you not? Are you
Well,
not
that's pretty
disappointed?
shocking.
Exactly.
Of course I fucking am. The amount
Well,
of
there you
times I
go.
raided Ice Crown and I never killed Arthas.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying that he should be easy and that you should be able to, like, you know, everyone should get to kill him. But I'm just saying that it excludes a great deal of the community when you put in the end boss to an expansion a year after the expansion is released, and it's a year after the expansion is released. You know, so there you go. That's just my 2 cents. Hopefully, in future, we'll see more sensible game design changes, since WoW has lost an awful lot of subscribers, and a lot of people are very kind of disappointed with the way it's been. Well, I mean, look at Total
the
Biscuit.
thing is, they've lost.
He was like the biggest WoW fanboy ever, and you know he quit in you know, he was very disappointed to quit. Go on, Simon.
The thing is, WoW's lost a lot of subscribers, but it's gained an awful lot of new subscribers, almost as many as it's lost. It just has this high turnover rate now.
I suppose we are coming at it from the angle of long-term players.
If you keep it like this, like WoW has
Literally all
lost more
black to the
subscribers
end.
than most MMOs has ever had. You know, there's still well over 10 million people playing the goddamn game, so
Yeah.
it's still pretty pop.
That's 5 million less than League of Legends, but then League of Legends is free, and World of
Yeah,
Warcraft
because that
is
makes sense
paid
to compare the two.
subscription. Transmogrification.
And so what can you spend all your... Anyway, let's get back to Darkmoon Faire. So what can you spend all of your tokens on? Is this replica gear, so you can transmogrify your awesome clown suit into something that looks like tier 1? Is that the idea?
That's the idea, yeah. I see the gear I'm wearing right now is actually transmogged. I have some random Suleiman plate gear or whatever, but I've
I didn't
transmogged it into
realise.
like tier 10.
I did think you looked pretty cool.
Yeah, and the classic Ash Candy from Nefarian back in Vanilla.
Oh,
But yeah,
of
the
course it
idea is that you can spend your price tickets on gear like the old stuff,
Oh,
and if you don't want to do that, you can buy pets or mount.
that's really cool. I really like that, actually. And I didn't realise you could transmog weapons. That's very cool. Well, thank you very much, Rythian. I went a bit ranty then. Sorry about that, guys. I love WoW. See you again soon. Goodbye.